Monday Motivation with Eric and Friends podcast with your host, Eric F. King, featuring world-class speakers, coaches, and consultants. Join us every Monday as we dive into empowering conversations that motivate, inspire, and educate entrepreneurs. Kickstart your week with valuable insights that help you not just survive, but thrive. This is your go-to podcast to start your week strong and live your best life. Let's make Mondays the fuel for your success journey.
All right. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to everybody from around the world. We are excited today, not only because of the great speakers I have here, Amberly Shreve, Cassandra Terry, Zion and Negru. Good to see all of you. But we are excited for our topic. We are excited for our topic today. So if you're on, let us know. Put it in the chat. Let us hear from you. We'll shout you out and share this link with a few people that you love and care about. All right. So today we are talking about how to let go of things that don't serve you. And the reason what came up for me, and the impetus for me actually coming up with this topic, is a lot of people are doing spring cleaning, right? Spring cleaning. So you clean around the house, right? This is the time everybody's doing it. But guess what? Have you done spring cleaning in your life, in your mind? Have you done spring cleaning in your business, in your associations, right? So spring cleaning should apply in all areas of your life. And before I dive in, because I have a lot to say about it, I'm gonna call on my favorite mindset coach in the world to start off with how we should think, right? Because you are what you think about. I read a book about that in my 20s, and it changed my life. You are what you think about all day long. All right. So our first speaker hails from Texas. She is the host of the Cassandra Terry morning show. And yeah, exactly, a mouthful. You guys give me tongue twisters around here. Anyway, yeah, and like I said, she's known everywhere. Like if you don't know her, I'm surprised. Okay. So you want to follow her, and she will help you with your mindset. And I'm not going to take any thunder away from her. I'm going to introduce you to Miss Cassandra Terry. Cassandra?
Thank you so much, Eric. I was so excited when I saw this topic because I think it's often something that we overlook. We get so excited about gaining these new skills and learning new things and building our plans and implementing our plans. But as you guys know, because you've been in this fight, on this journey, figuring things out for you personally for years, and you each bring value every single day. Because of that, you know that you have to make room for all these things that you want to learn. You have to make room for your plans for the new you. Steve Harvey once talked about wanting a new car so bad, wanting not a new car but a car. Before we knew his name, he talks about his struggle, and he was trying to save up for this car, and it didn't seem like it didn't matter what he did, he just couldn't get there. And one day, it may have been his mom, but somebody said to him, have you looked at your garage? You don't even have room for the car. Do you really want it? Do you really believe that you can have it? You haven't made space for it. If this is something that you really want, you have to start by getting rid of the clutter and making room for that new thing that you want. And that includes our mindset. We get stuck in patterns. There were times where the things that we do and the way that we do them served us. They had a purpose. Maybe you were in a difficult relationship, so you became a little bit harder. You were a little bit tougher. But now it's hard to get close to you because you're a little prickly. You're expecting other people to mistreat you, right? So what protected you in one scenario is now a wall that you've built between you and others today. So we have to get out of those old patterns. And how do we do that? I'll give you 4 quick steps. First, it's introspection and reflection, and you have to reflect and recognize that there's something that's not working for you. Maybe it served you before. Have gratitude for it and pack it away. Tell it it has done its job. It's no longer necessary. We have to learn to speak to ourselves, speak to our patterns, speak to the things that we typically do when we recognize that they don't serve us anymore. Instead of seeing that as a negative, we should rejoice. Now there's a place where I see where I can improve. I'm so grateful that I had this thing for as long as I had it because it had a purpose. But now I've grown from that. I'm no longer that person. I let you go. And say the I let you go. I no longer need you, but I'm grateful for the job that you did. But you have to recognize that it's there. And you have to recognize where you're going. If you're going to the beach, you need one thing. If you're going on a snow trip, you need something else. So you have to be aware of where you're going and what you're packing with you to make sure that you're prepared for the journey that you're about to take. So first reflect and recognize, and then you have to set very clear intentions. You have that conversation with yourself. You commit to a plan to remove the thoughts, the environment, the habits, sometimes the relationships that are holding you back from getting where it is that you want to go. You can do that peacefully, you can do that with love, but you have to let go of the things that stand between you and the life that you desire. So you set those clear intentions and then you get busy creating that plan. And so that's the second step, set clear intentions. The third is to create the action plan. I know what I don't need anymore. I'm clear about what I need to do. I'm committed to it. And here's how I'm going to do it. So you create a plan to get you from where you are to where it is that you would like to be. And then you seek support and accountability. Hey, Eric, I know you've written a book before. I promised that I was myself that I was going to finally get mine on paper. Can I talk to you from time to time when I get stuck? Can I tell you about my process? Maybe you can have some ideas for me, but you put it out there so that someone is aware and can support you through your process and hold you accountable when you're off track. It needs to be Eric, it needs to be Amberly, it needs to be Zion. It can be the members of my fam. It has to be people that you trust and that you know has your best interest in heart. So they're not doing things that's going to throw you off. They're not saying, giving you their fear so that they hold you back, but they truly want to see you win. So one, they're going to cheer you on. And two, they're going to hold you to your word. So four quick things, starting with the reflection and recognizing. So you do that introspection, you set the clear intentions, you create your action plan, and then you seek support and accountability. If you're willing to do those things, you can prune, which is the first of the four P's in my growth and development framework. Prune, getting rid of the things that no longer serve you. And in doing so, you end up with people like I am with today, like minded folks doing the work, trying to make the world a better place and support their families in the process. Eric didn't know that he was uplifting and creating a space for me to talk about one of my things, but we're like-minded. We're trying to get things done and it just happens. I read this and I was like, that's pruning. That's what I talk about on my show all the time. The first P, get rid of the things that no longer serve you to make space for the new things that will get you where it is that you need to go. I'm Cassandra Terry. That is my time. I'm so grateful for having the opportunity. And one quick announcement, you guys see this beautiful background behind me. My book, Soar Beyond Limits, that explains what I just said and so many other things to help you, is available 1 week from today. It goes live on Amazon. The digital version is available right now at an 80% discount, only $2.99 US. And you can have the digital version on the 25th as well, but the price goes up 80% on that day. So get it now. And I'd love to hear your feedback. So Eric, with that, I'm going to give it back to you because I can't wait to hear what everyone else has to share.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Cassandra. That was brilliant. That was a TED Talk. It was brilliant. And we appreciate you. By the way, I already got your book. It is fire. Everybody needs to get this book. You will be blown away. Absolutely. We appreciate it. And if you want to learn the other P's, get the book and connect with Cassandra. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So we're going to keep going. We're going to keep going. By the way, I see so many people watching us right now. but you're not commenting in the chat. Okay, so we want to hear from you. Let us know, first of all, where you're from. Everybody can say that. You're from somewhere. Every one of you is from somewhere, right? So say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, put it in there, all right? Welcome to Coral. Welcome, Gloria Tinu. Good to see you. Welcome, Genevieve. Good to see you. Welcome, Alexis. Good to see you. Let's fill up the chat, everybody. Let's fill up the chat. All right. So our next speaker is, so we're going from Texas to Maryland now. A good friend of mine in Maryland, and today we are going to hear from the business communication expert. If you're in business, well, I mean, I don't know if there's any other skill more necessary than communication, right? You cannot be successful without knowing how to communicate, right? You cannot even be successful without knowing how to build relationships and how to connect with people. And she is the master. She is world class at what she does. So without further ado, I'm going to send it over to my good friend, Amberly Shreve. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much. And good morning, everyone. I hope that you are all feeling well and happy. So I love this topic. It is so near and dear to my heart because when we allow ourselves to go on a journey and we really ask ourselves, what do we want? When's the last time someone has actually asked, what do you want? What do you want in your life? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your heart? What do you want in business? What do you truly want to achieve? Once you start this journey of figuring out what it is that you want, you are going to go through a process of figuring out what feels good to you and what no longer is serving you in your life, in your business. And you really have to learn how to be in touch with those feelings. And it takes work. Everything takes work. So you're really focusing on maybe places that need improvements, maybe areas that you need to get curious about, areas in which maybe no longer feel good for you, whether that's relationships, whether that's certain areas of your business. Only you can determine whether or not those things really feel good anymore, or maybe it's time to pick the weeds. So throughout this journey, we have to be completely intentional with where we're going. Because if you don't know where you're going, how in the world are you going to strive to get there? So letting go of the things that no longer inspire you to feel good about yourself and business is crucial. And it's not that you're turning your back, it's just you love yourself so much that you cannot allow yourself to sit in that space anymore, because when you grow, you sort of outgrow the areas in your life and you're ready for new, you're ready to level up. I mean, let's be honest, people, you're ready to level up. And those things need to take place in order for you to have exponential growth. Does it bring value? Do these things truly bring value in your life? Because those are one of the most important pieces. We want to bring value to each and every person that we are meeting with, that we're working with, that are a part of our lives. We want to leave footprints on their hearts and lead with love, so that way we can make a difference within each and every person that we're interacting with. The intentional, like-minded relationships, those things are key. It all is a part of bringing value and moving through each and every area of growth. You have to feel these areas. You have to allow yourself to take the time to go through the process, because feeling each of these areas is only going to be able to bring you to a place of appreciation, growth, appreciation, gratitude, like-minded people that are actually pushing you in your life as well. And you know that when something feels good, it feels aligned, it's just kind of seamless. That's when you know that you were on the right track. And it's not to say that you're not going to have bumps in the road. That happens. Life happens like that all the time. But the intent for you to pick those weeds and be able to leave them behind because they no longer serve you, because you have leveled up in your life, in your business, and within your heart. So I am Amberly Shreve. I am with Promptings powered by Send Out Cards, and I would love the opportunity to help you focus on the appreciation, gratitude, like-minded areas where you can leave footprints on others' hearts. And I hope that each and every one of you has a beautiful, beautiful week.
All right, all right. Well, I appreciate that. We appreciate that. It's amazing. I say TED Talk because you all just bring TED Talks here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You do. It's just, it's amazing to hear what you have to say. I learn so much every time I hear each and every one of these speakers. And by the way, I see Carl says, thank you for the card you sent. Thank you, Amberly, for the card you sent. You sent me cake. You sent me brownies, all kinds of stuff that, and this is your business. I mean, imagine that, right? So you want to connect with her. If you really want to connect with your clients, I don't know any better way ever. People contact me all the time with different things. There's nothing like what Amberly does. All right. So connect with her. All right. So let's keep going. I do have a few things I want to share. Oh, by the way, we have a lot of new people that joined. Good to see everybody. Let's see if I can see their names. Oh, Carlene, good to see you. Good to see you. For everybody else, whether you're on LinkedIn, YouTube, okay, or let's see, LinkedIn, YouTube. Some people have Facebook, yeah. So just go to Eric
And
F. King.
Instagram.
Instagram, yeah, Instagram. Thank you so much, Cassandra. Cassandra's on Instagram. Connect with us and share. I mean, just share where you are and think about questions. Okay. We want to answer your questions. So there's no question that's stupid or dumb or anything like that. Question, because people always say, well, Eric, I had this question, but I wasn't sure if it was a good question. Every question's a good question. Let's put it in there. All right. And Gloria, I don't know if I said hi to you. Gloria, to welcome. All right. So let me just share a couple of things before we get to our next world-class speaker. First of all, when I think of this topic, I think of spring cleaning, right? This is a time when a lot of people are doing spring cleaning, right? They clean their house out. But what they don't realize is there's a lot of things in their life they actually have to clean out, right? In their life, right? More important than cleaning out the stuff in the kitchen, right? Number one is this. You may have to clean out toxic people in your life. Yeah. You may have to clean out toxic people. I used to have friends that were good people, but they weren't good for me, right? They were either negative, because as some of you probably know, I think big, right? I think big. And if you tell your friend what you're about to do and it's like, I don't know if it's going to work. Have you done that before? Yeah, you need to stop talking to that person. You will never succeed if you're talking to people that do not align with your goals and your dreams. I just want to let you know. Every single thing I have done in my life in business, somebody said it won't work. Somebody said it's not good. Like, have you done it before? That is the funniest one. Have you done it before? Of course not. I haven't done it before, right? Before I wrote a book, I didn't write a book, right? But now I've written multiple, right? So anyway, and some people I know you can't really get rid of them. Maybe they're your best friend or some really cool, but limit your association with them. All right. Another thing is too, visualize your life without the things that are holding you down. Right? Some people, maybe it's an addiction, right? Maybe like, I just have to have a little drink before I go to bed every day, and that becomes an addiction, right? And it starts affecting your life, your relationships, your business, all of that, right? So you have to start to think about how you're going to get rid of it. right, to change your life. And sometimes you have to replace it with something better, right? For me, I can honestly say I was addicted to cake and ice cream. I know that's weird. Cake and it's chocolate cake, vanilla ice cream. Oh my goodness, I can have that all day. But guess what? It started making me gain weight, and I couldn't keep up with the kids on the field because I'm a soccer coach. So I had to replace it with fruits. So I don't even buy it. I don't buy it, right? Soda, another thing. I don't buy it. I don't see it. I replaced it, right? So replace the things that you know is not serving you. Replace them, all right? And then lastly, um, the things that are sabotaging your success, you need to get rid of it. The things that are sabotaging your success, you need to get rid of it. One of the things you should do, and when I say you, I mean I'm talking to myself as well, is um, those things that are sabotaging your success, you need to write it down. And what I do is I actually write it down on a piece of paper, and I scrumple it up and I actually burn it and say, okay, I'm done with that. And I put it outside. Now, don't burn it in your house. Don't burn your house down. All right. I burn it and put it outside. right. Because psychologically, I just need to tell myself it's over. I'm not doing that anymore. Right. And then like someone said, I think Cassandra, it will make space for the things you need to do. We only have 24 hours a day, folks. Why is it that some people use 24 hours and they are so productive, and then some people just squander the 24 hours, right? It's because the people that use it wisely, they focus on the productive things, and the things that are not productive, they let it go. All right. So those are what the things I want to share. Before I get to Zion real quick, I wanted to promote an event that's coming up in 2 weeks. Okay, in 2 weeks, and less than 2 weeks. Okay, it's called Be Unstoppable. I'll put it in the chat right now. Be Unstoppable. Look, here's the deal. If you haven't registered, register today. Period. That's all I have to say. Register today. Why do you want to register for this? Well, I have 4 world-class speakers that are flying down to North Carolina in one of the biggest studios in the country. And we will be talking about mindset. We'll be talking about marketing, how to market your business on all social media platforms. We'll be talking about public speaking. One of the best public speaking coaches in the world will be there talking to you about communication, right? And then, of course, I will be talking to you about sales, right? And guess what? You get this for free. I wish someone did this when I was, when I started my business, but it wasn't around, so I had to do it myself. Someone said, hey, Eric, why don't you call Anthony Robbins? Maybe he'll put you on his stage. Probably not. I created my own stage, and I brought other people with me, right? I brought other people with me, right? So for your benefit and your business, I want you to register. Let's see, call, if you could be so kind as to put the link in the chat. For some reason, I had the wrong link up, so put the link in the chat. And we would love to see you at the Be Unstoppable event. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to say about that. So it's the 27th and 28th. Oh, thank you so much, Carl. You are the best. She just put it up there. Okay. It's the 27th and 28th from 12 to 3. From 12 to 3. People say, well, Eric, I have a lot of things going on. Like I said, some things you have to sacrifice. Put it to the side to learn how to build a big business. These are the 5 skills I learned to sell over $30 million in products and services. I don't say that to impress you. I'm just saying, it's just a fact. It's just a fact. Those are the skills, and you're going to get them that day to be unstoppable. All right. So speaking of being unstoppable, I'm going to my good friend. By the way, I just sent him another check for what he does. Like a couple of days ago, I sent him another check because I have to go all the way to Nigeria to hire this guy to help me out in my business, but it's worth it. It's worth it. So our next speaker, hybrid. It's an online event. It's not a hybrid event, actually. It's a what do you call it? It's an online event. Yeah, we are going to North Carolina, but you can watch it from home. Okay, folks. This is something you can watch from home for free. All right. So back to our speaker. So he is known for being called Mr. Positivity. He doesn't have an industry because he created his own industry. All right. So, like, in other words, there's no competition. You just have to go to him. Isn't that beautiful, right? All right. So I'm going to call on stage our good friend all the way from Nigeria. Let's see. What's your name? Zion and Negro. Zion and Negro. There you go. Awesome. Yeah, I get so excited sometimes I forget their names. All right, Zion, go ahead, my brother.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. Thank you so much, Cassandra and Amberly. It's such a privilege to be here again. And to everybody listening to us right now, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are joining us from all over the world. Want to say a very big thank you. Now, it's another Monday. It's another time to be motivated. It's another time to be inspired. But you know what? It's not enough to be inspired. It's not enough to be motivated. You must take action. So the reason why all these are coming together, world-class coaches are coming to tell you, give you some tips and nuggets. It's because we want you to take action. It is when you take action, that's only when you can see transformation in your life. And today we are discussing a very interesting topic, letting go of those things. How do you let go of those things that are no longer important to you, that are no longer yield result to you? Let me tell you, letting go is very difficult. Letting go is very difficult. Because why? These are things you are attached to. These are things you are emotionally glued to. To just say, let them go. It sounds so difficult for most people, but to be honest, for you to grow, for you to be better, for you to improve, for you to be better than the way you were yesterday, there is need for us to let go. There is need for us to let go. I remember when I was quite young, I think I was about 6 years old, I had a favorite shoe. Oh my God, I love this shoe so much. But do you know, I will not always be 6 years. I grew. Even though I love the shoe, but it no longer fits in my leg anymore. It simply means it's no longer relevant. Now, it used to be relevant. It used to be useful. It used to be very important to me. But a time came that I needed to be wearing a shoe of a 10 years old, not a shoe of a 6 years old. Because why? Growth is there. Because I need to get better. Because I need to improve. So for as many of you that want to improve, or want to get better, want to have a better life than the way you were yesterday, there is need for us to let go of those things that is no longer useful to us. And one tip I use in letting go is acceptance. Is acceptance. Accept the fact that they are no longer relevant. It might be somebody, it might be a business, it might be a relationship, it might be anything. For as long as they no longer serve the future that awaits you, there is need for you to accept it. Acceptance is key to let you know that, wow, I think it's time to move on. Oh, you have served your purpose. Well done. Thank you for the years of service. Thank you for the years of friendship. Thank you for the years of collaboration. But there is more. There is more. And the more that I wait, I don't see you fitting in. I don't see you fitting in. Sometimes we get so emotional that, oh, I've been with this person for many years, have known him or her since my childhood. Oh, I would love to be with them. You are dragging yourself down. You are delaying your progress. You are delaying your success. So for you to grow and become a better person, there is need for you to accept it. Acceptance. Accept the fact that I need to grow. Accept the fact that I need to be successful. Accept the fact that I need to move on. So for me, one thing I do is acceptance. Is acceptance. And secondly, it's the ability to embrace the great things that are ahead of me. Let me tell you, if you have a wardrobe and you're getting new dresses into your wardrobe, the new dresses can never fit into your wardrobe if the old dresses are not taken out. If the old dress, the old shoes, the old stock are not taken out, there is no way the new and better ones can come in. That's a practical scenario. So for you to come into the beauty, into the greatness, into the much greater reality that awaits you, there is need for you to clear off old stock that are no longer relevant for you. So you must think about the greatness that awaits you. Thinking about the possibilities ahead, a look can spur you up to say, well, I think it's time to let go. I think it's time to move on from where I used to be. Because why? There is so much greatness ahead. Most people cannot embrace the greatness ahead because why? They they are so pitiful about the past. They are so attached emotionally about the past. But if you want to grow as a leader, as a person, if you want to become better, there is need for you to be emotionally detached from the past. The past is past. If it's no longer relevant, there is no need to bring it in the future. Why? Because it can only get better. You can only keep moving on, going higher and higher. For me, these are a few tips I use in letting go things that are no longer relevant for me. Because for you to embrace positivity fully, do not harbor any iota of negativity, no matter how small it is, no matter how little it can contaminate the much positivity that you have. Uproot every form of negativity in your life, be it friends, be it money, be it anything that is stopping you from fully embracing the future that awaits you. And whatever you want to do, when you are positive, you are possible. And in positivity, there is endless possibilities for you. So thank you so much for listening. I yield the mic over to you, Mr. Eric.
All right, all right, all right. Well, thank you so much. Another TED Talk, folks. That was amazing. Thank you so much for that. We needed to hear that. So I want to welcome more people. There's so many people joining. Definitely put something in the chat, folks. I see. Let's see. Brian just joined us. Brian Bing, welcome. And I want to also. There's a question here that we're going to pull up in a second. So, folks, think about questions that you have in your mind and put it in the chat. Okay, put it in the chat and we will address those questions. All right. So let's go to our first question. Let's see here. I saw it up here. Let's see. Okay. Okay, here we go. Our first question is from Coral. All right, call from across the pond. What steps can we take to gradually release its hold on us? Okay. When you say its hold on us, maybe you have to explain that a little bit. Okay, let me see. I think you actually had another question in here. Okay, let's do this. How does holding on to something that no longer serves you hinder my growth? Okay, let's talk about that first. Yeah, you see, you got a lot of hands right there. All right, they're gonna go to Emily first, and then Cassandra.
Yeah, this topic is this question rather is huge, because when you are completely laser focused in your growth, you have to find yourself in a place where anything else that is not going to bring joy to your day, it is not going to allow you to be in a space where you can expand your thinking and you are completely focused on your goal. If any of that does not feel good, it is not going to pave the path for growth. And this work is hard. This is not easy. You're probably going to feel exhausted on many levels, but it is not easy, because we are conditioned to do these things that we have always done, and because it's normal, it feels normal, and it feels familiar. But I'm telling you, if you are looking to soar, thank you, Cassandra, and grow and expand, you have to bring yourself to another level. And those people that do not understand that level, it's unfortunate, but you outgrow those relationships. So in order for you to be the best version of yourself, your potential is it could range beyond anything that you could ever think of. So allow yourself, give yourself the permission to grow and stretch and honor your needs and yourself. and allow yourself to be the person that you truly want to be. Don't have limiting beliefs and hold yourself back because you have so much to offer. So please don't let something hinder you. Don't let something take ownership of your space because you are in control of your future. So thank you.
Thank you. Wow. That was incredible. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Cassandra.
Thank you, Amberly. And I just wanted to add a personal situation to that that may really bring it home for folks. I grew up in an environment where children were expected to just do what they were told. You were not supposed to ask questions. You were not supposed to linger. If your parents or an adult in the family or some authority figure told you to do something, your teachers, whatever it was, you responded immediately. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. And you did what you had been instructed to do. That was teaching me to respect authority. That was teaching me to show the love and respect that my parents and things deserved, right? But when I transitioned, because it was an automatic yes, I wasn't allowed to ask questions to understand why I was being told. I was to do it because I was told so. And so that created an internal environment for me where the immediate yes and get to work was what I was taught to do, what I was expected to do. It was what I knew. But imagine in corporate America, especially as you move up the ranks and you become a leader in your environment or maybe your own company, and you take that same mindset. My management did not pay me to say yes and to just do what they wanted me to do. They wanted me to process that and to see if there were ways that what they asked me to do may cause trouble for the company, or maybe there was another way to get it done, the spirit of what they wanted, but not exactly what they asked. Maybe they'd given me multiple priorities, so if I took a hold of that thing, I was going to drop something else. So I needed to communicate. I needed to ask questions to gain clarity. I needed to put the input of my expertise into that situation and then decide the best path forward. It took me a very long time to learn to do that because I was conditioned to say yes to authority and to do what I had been instructed to do. And so it took me a while. And there were times where they said, well, why didn't you tell me that this was a bad idea or this thing could have happened or that thing could have happened? You're the expert in this. I'm just trying to prioritize and get things done, but you're the expert in this area. So I expect you to not allow me to step off a cliff. And it took real conditioning of my and internal work in order to undo what I was taught and find a new way to show up. So I wasn't taught something that was wrong or something that was bad, but it no longer served me. Now I was the authority figure. Now I was the person who was expected to process those things and give the company the best way to move forward, not just that immediate yes. So hopefully that example helps you guys to really understand what it is that we're saying. So sometimes it's not about letting go of people. Sometimes it's about letting go of how you think, the processing, the conditioning from the past. It could be bad habits like Eric's cake and ice cream. In moderation, that's great. But if you're doing it every day with every meal, it's going to catch up with you, right? So that's why the introspection in the beginning to really recognize where you're trying to go and what things will help you get there and what things won't are so important because it's personal, it's different for everybody. And so you have to do your own internal work. And in doing so, you will elevate to that next level that Amberly was just talking about.
Awesome. Thank you so much. That is
You're
that is
welcome.
powerful. That is so powerful. And Zan, if you want to speak, just let me know. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Zan.
All right, thank you so much. It's a good question. How does holding on to something that no longer serves you hinder your growth? One thing it does, it helps you to be so comfortable with the level that you are. It helps you to be in your comfort cycle. Like you no longer see the possibilities outside you. You no longer see the greatness outside you when you keep holding on to these things. Because when we get too comfortable in life, it brings fear of the outside world. So one thing they do is they bring fear in you. There's a popular saying, the devil you know is better than the angels you don't know. That's what most people will tell you, because they are comfortable with the devil because they see the devil always. And it will make you to stick with the devil, not knowing that the angels you don't know outside are bringing many possibilities to you. So letting go of the devil will bring you to a place where you have a greater experience with the angels. Letting go of the things that no longer serve you brings you and open up to a place where you see the possibilities that are with you. So you must learn to accept it. You must learn to let go so that you can become a better version of yourself tomorrow. So that's my take on that. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Zion. And I just wanted to speak to that a little bit. Um, the one thing that stops people the most from letting go is fear, right? Fear. So you have to fight the fear. And for some reason, people think that there are two groups of people that don't fear anything and people that fear something. No, we all fear. We just learn to fight the fear, right? So I'll give you an example, right? Many years ago, I was afraid to speak in front of a group. I had a fear of public speaking, right? But guess what I did? I fought the fear. I volunteered to speak because I knew I would get better. And then after a while, I remember someone telling me, that she wanted to go and she wanted to tell the group something. And she said, Eric, why don't you tell them? I'm like, well, why don't you tell them? He said, well, you're good at it. And I looked at her, I said, you think so? She said, yeah. And it started build my confidence. And I'm like, maybe I am, right? And then I started speaking in front of groups of 20, 30. Then I went to 100. Then I went to 1,000. Then I spoke at a convention of 10,000, right? So I had fear all along, but I fought it, right? And then we're talking about the studio rooms, right? I remember my first studio event, right? I've never done that before. And we're backstage. I'm about to go. They're putting that all the stuff on you, the microphone, everything. And I'm about to go. My photographer is a good friend of mine from Cameroon, and he says, "Are you nervous?" I said, "Of course I'm nervous. I've never done this before." I said, "But that's how it is. You're supposed to be nervous." Now it's easy, and I'm bringing people on stage that will be nervous, but I'll tell them it's going to be fine, right? So anything you do, it's going to start with fear. It's supposed to. And if you don't feel any fear, then you're not moving forward anyway, right? So there'll always be fear. Also, learn to say no. Learn to say no, right? I remember a guy called me about doing some work with him, creating a course with him, and all kinds of stuff. And it sounded good. All of this sounded good, but it would interfere with what I'm doing right now for my tribe, right? The book I'm doing for my tribe, the events I'm doing for my tribe, my coaching, it will take me away. So I said, no, I can't do it. He said, but Eric, you don't understand. We can do all of this. You'll make all this money, but can't do it. At this point, it's a no. All right, I'll get back to you if anything changes. So but it's hard to say no sometimes because it looks so good. But you have to learn to, right? You have to learn to. Now, one day I may work with them, but not right now because I have other things that I'm doing, right? So learn to say no. I'll give you a final example, and then we'll go to the next question. Is when I turned 40, a friend of mine calls me, and he says, Eric, once you turn 40, it's downhill from here. I'll never forget. That's what he said. It's downhill from here. I said, well, why would you say that? He said, well, when he turned 40, he started gaining weight. He said, man, I can't even work out like I used to. It's hard for me to bend over to pick something up. I said, really? He said, yeah. And then he starts telling me about all the problems he had when he hit 40. I said, okay, no problem. The same day, I talked to another guy, calls me, happy birthday, man, happy birthday. This guy lives in my area, okay? And he jogs in the morning, okay? So we have a trail. I live by the beach, and we have a trail where people run, and he runs that trail. He runs like five miles a day. And he said, hey, man, he's older than me. That, hey, man, Eric, we need to go running. We don't run together. And by the way, don't tell him I'm never going to run with him because he'll make me look really bad. But anyway, but anyway, so he's telling me, he said, oh, by the way, man, I just opened up another, there's a store, restaurant called Tropical Smoothie, where they sell smoothies and stuff like that. Eric, I just opened up another one. And he told me where it is. So now I have 3. And we're talking about business and everything. And I get off the phone with him and I'm like, oh my God, I need to do something. I'm not doing anything. This guy's making $500,000 a year. Oh my goodness. And he's running 5 miles a day. You know what I mean? So, but here's the thing. I had to limit my association with the first guy because he's just going to take me downhill because he thinks everything is downhill, right? So when he calls, I say I'm busy, blah blah, and so he doesn't really call much anymore, and that's fine. That's called limiting your associations, right? Right. But I'm getting closer to working. I'm still not going to run with him, but we'll talk on the phone. Like I'll be huffing and puffing. But anyway, I'm transparent. I'll tell you the way it is. That's just, that's what it is. Right? I'll tell you the way it is. So that's my example for, overcome your fear. And maybe I'll overcome my fear running with them one day. Or maybe not. I mean, you'll make me look really bad. Maybe I'll say 1 mile. We'll run 1 mile. 1 mile. All right. 1 mile. So anyway, yeah. So that's what I want to share. Thank you so much, Cole. That was an incredible question. Thank you so much for that question. All right. All right. Let's see. Let's see if there's any other questions. Yes, say no. Okay. All right. So, okay. Changing your circle. That's right. Change your circle. Absolutely. Absolutely. Some people say, well, I'm in this, I have a circle of friends, but really what you have, you're in a like a jail. You're in a place where you're not supposed to be. You need to create another circle of friends, right? People say, well, he's my friend. Well, it doesn't have to be like that forever. Find somebody else, right? So it's important. Your associations are so powerful. They're so powerful. I cannot overemphasize the importance of association. I mean, think about it. I meet with these wonderful people every morning. I have a mastermind group. I meet with them on Sundays, right? And then I coach. I coach business people that want to move forward in their life. Then I go to masterminds. I'm in three masterminds, but I actually fly down to Florida with a mastermind of people. Like, it's impossible not to succeed. It's impossible. And it's like, how am I gonna? I can't even fail accidentally. I mean, too many people, right? All right, Cassandra, I think you have something to say. Go ahead, Cassandra.
Yes, just about the circle. Take a look at your circle from time to time. And if you are the most successful in your circle, if you're the most positive in your circle, if you're the one that's pulling everybody forward, it's time to at least add. Maybe you're not eliminating people from your circle. It's a personal choice, but you need to be a part of a circle where you're not the top. Some people like that. They like to be around people who have less than they do because it makes them feel important. It makes them feel even bigger. But there's no one in that circle that can help you grow and get to that next level. And that's not a knock on the circle. All I'm saying is, just like Eric gave the example, here's this guy doing all of these things. He's beyond my 40. I just had my birthday. This guy's older. He's out here running. He's building his empire. I need to get closer to him. The other person, the call is going to come from time to time. You have them, you maybe, it's not like you're going to hang up on him or never answer, but you do limit because you don't need the weight of that, right? When you're trying to move forward. So changing your circle or expanding it so that you're not the top of your circle. There's nowhere for you to go if everyone else is trying to get where you are. You need a larger circle of people who are doing the things that you want to do, have accomplished the things beyond what you've accomplished, so that they can help you mastermind and stretch and grow and keep moving forward. So assess your circle. Is that circle your support system because they're cheering you on? That's an important circle. Don't get rid of them, but by all means, expand your circle so that it includes the next level that you're trying to get to. Who can coach you? Who can mentor you? Who can give you ideas on how to solve your issues? Those folks need to be a part of your circle as well. So it's great to be top of the heap, but if there's no one above you, who's going to give you the hand and help you to figure out how to move forward?
Exactly. Wow, that's powerful. I agree 500%. 500%. I don't know, Amity, did you put your hand up? Okay, good. It's funny you should say that. So one of the masterminds I'm a part of, a guy by the name of Myron Golden, He runs it in Florida. And when I go to his masterminds, that's exactly the case. I look around at all these people more successful than me, right? The first time I went there, there's a guy sitting beside me on my left, younger guy, much younger than me, and we're talking. And I'm talking to him about my book. And he's like, "Oh well, congratulations, blah 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 blah." And I said, "Okay." I said, "You should write a book." And he smiles, like smile. The smile was like ear to ear, and I'm like, "Why are you smiling at that?" He said, "I have 10 books." I'm like, "Wow." He said, "Yeah, yeah." He said, "Yeah." He said, "I have a whole empire of books." you know. He said, "But I don't do that anymore. I just the money just comes in." I'm like, "Oh my God." You know what I mean? So that's an example right there, right? That's an example, right? You stretch yourself when you're around people that are doing better than you, right? You stretch yourself and you're like, wow, this is amazing, right? So yeah, this is amazing. So that's another thing. Expand your association. Don't just limit it, but expand it with others that can take you places. So by the way, before we go, Coral, if you could put the link for, actually I think I have that link. Actually, I have that link. Yeah, so I just put the link in the chat, guys, for our event that we're having in May. It's our anniversary for the Promote Your Business Meetup Group. It includes a cruise. Okay, so if you've never been on a cruise, you want to go on a cruise, you can come on a cruise with us. It's going to be, DJ, great food, great everything, right? If you like to dance, you can go up and dance, right? It's going to be in DC area. So click on the link, you'll get more information. And then the next day, I'm going to be releasing my next book, okay, on sales. And then we're going to have a gala night, okay? So a lot of the people you see on LinkedIn, Facebook, a lot of these people will be coming down that day. And we're gonna all celebrate at the Hilton Hotels, one of the most beautiful hotels in the area. I go big, folks. I don't just go average. I'm just letting you know. I go big, and sometimes I don't even make money on it because I spend so much money trying to make it so good. But it's okay because it comes back anyway. It comes back anyway, right? So we're gonna have fun. We're gonna eat. We're gonna have fun. We're gonna have games. We're gonna have awards, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, so it's in the chat, the anniversary. Click on that. Get your tickets now. It's selling out because people are coming from all over the world. We have Europe. With Carl, we have Trinidad and Tobago. With Genevieve, we have people from all over the world. So there's no excuse. Like, well, I live in Kansas. It's far away. It's not that far. It's not that far. Okay, get on a plane, right? And here's another thing. This is practical because I've been there before, where I want to go somewhere. I'm not sure if I have all the money yet. Here's what you do: you pay for things incrementally, right? So what do you need? You need transportation. You need accommodation, right? Things of that nature. Transportation, accommodation. So pay. You need the ticket to go. Pay for one now. And then next month pay for the other. Then the next month pay for the other. Don't think you have to have all of the money right now. No, right? Just like, okay, now I'm gonna get the ticket, so I commit myself. I'm gonna be there. Okay. Then I'm gonna get my flight. Then I'm gonna get my room, right? Whatever it is. But don't say, well, I have to get all this right now. No, just do one at a time, whatever you can afford, and you see yourself there, right? You see yourself there. Because you will benefit. By the way, I'm gonna have a business meeting also. And why we do this is so you can write off the whole trip. Okay, we're gonna have a business meeting so you can write off the trip. Talk to your accountant. I'm not an expert, but I've been doing this for years. Okay, so right, we'll have a business meeting. You can write it off on your taxes because you went for a business meeting in DC with other business owners and you got trained and all of that. So I'll give you information for all of that. So we're gonna do that also. All right. So we're about to wrap up. I want to go back to my panel. And if you can just, in your own words, as a wrap up, what would you like to tell everybody? And also, how can they reach you? Because there are people right now listening to us and they want to get a hold of Amberly. They want to learn about what she's doing. They want to get those cards, those brownies, those cakes. They're like, I want some of that. Contact her and she'll tell you how to do it. There's some people that want to get your book. Okay, they want to get your book, Cassandra. They want to work with you, right? But they don't really know how. Okay, so and that's also I'm also talking to the other people that want to do it. Just do it. Don't think about it. Just do it. People that, well, at the beginning of the year, I'm going to do something big. The first quarter is already done. Okay, what are you waiting for? All right. So, Amberly, Cassandra, who would like to go first? Go ahead, Amberly.
Okay, so I would love the opportunity to help you to connect with all of the people that you are doing life with. This piece is so important because how are you going to stay memorable? How are you going to stay top of mind to them? So that is why the cards are so important for you, for your business, because when we allow ourselves to lead with love and connect with those who we are looking to have and build and establish and maintain a relationship with, this is something that is truly going to help you to stand out. So you can reach me on all the social media sites under my name, under TikTok and Instagram under at Beach Girl Shreve, and I'll link that stuff in the chat as well. And I put my website in the chat. I can link that again as well. These pieces are so crucial because when you think about how you're connecting with others, phone calls, text messages, but how are they truly going to remember who you are? Is constant contact. Once a quarter, you need to be reaching out and sending some sort of follow up so that people know and remember you, because that's the way they're going to be able to refer you and share you with their world. So, you guys have a beautiful, wonderful week.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. All right, Cassandra.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Amberly and Zion. I am so excited. This has been a wonderful, wonderful way to start my Monday. How we can continue to the conversation. If you guys want to be able to work with me one on one, start with iwanttosoar.com, because that gives you the opportunity to do an assessment and to figure out where you are in this soar journey. It only takes a few minutes, but it gives you results, and it'll explain a little bit more about what SOAR is. But what Eric is sharing right now is the book. It's really explained there. I've taken everything that I've experienced in my life, all of my philosophies, the things that I talk about here and the rest of the week on the Cassandra Terry Morning Show, and built this framework for your personal development and growth. And it's not things that I heard. There's no theory. It's what actionable steps you can take to live the life that you desire. So you can go to Amazon right now and just put my name in, and you'll see this very familiar background because I've been displaying it for a while. You'll see the book, Soar Beyond Limits, Unleashing the Power Within. For only $2.99 US, you can reserve the digital copy, and digital hard copy and the paperback will be ready a week from today. They'll start mailing out and you guys can get them in your hands. So please order the book. Almost 200 people have done it so far, and it debuted as the #1 release in business coaching and mentoring on Amazon. And I want to keep that momentum going. But if you want to learn about SOAR and really connect, also iwanttosoar.com to begin the conversation that you and I can have to personalize all of this to you and where you are in your journey. Back to you, Eric.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So definitely reach out to my world-class speakers. And lastly, just want to remind everybody about the event on the 27th and the 28th. I put it up there. You can click on the link that you'll see the link either on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. Find it. Just find it. And if you can't find it, send me a message at Eric. I can't find it, and I'll give it to you. Okay, so it's easy, right? But really, what we talked about today is so important, and it's important. Spring cleaning is important, right? Spring cleaning. Let's do spring cleaning of our lives, right? And then secondly, the skills that's going to take you from where you are to where you want to be. I have found 4 incredible women that will be speaking. People say, "Well, Eric, do men speak on your stage?" Yes. It's just that women just show up more. That's all. Yeah, I don't target. There's nothing in my messaging that says I work with women. No, it's just that more women show up for these events. I don't know why. Right. Anyway, so yeah. So if you're a guy and you want to speak on my stage, yeah, let me know. I'll put you up there if you qualify, obviously. So yeah. So like I said, you're gonna learn about mindset. You're gonna learn about marketing. You're gonna learn about public speaking. You're going to learn about building relationships. You're going to learn about sales on March 27th, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. both days. It's a studio event, but you can see it for free on Zoom. Now, I do have a VIP option, which I recommend, because if you get the VIP, then you get to meet with the speakers and into a private Zoom and ask all your questions. So I recommend that. But if not, you can join us for free. All right. So we're at the top of the hour. Appreciate everybody being on from all over the world. Definitely share this link with the people you know, because there are people that wish they were here or don't even know they don't even know about it. Right. Let them know about it. If you love and care about them, you want them to know about this. All right, so we will see you next week, same time, same place. And as always, it's been a pleasing pleasure to be with you today. Bye-bye, everybody. All right.